Hey yo guys, so today's the day I actually do it. Today's the actual day I do it. 1,000 push-ups. Yeah. Am I nervous? Well, maybe just a little bit. I'm seeing the weather how it is. Well, I've done this before, right? I've done this before, but I actually wanna now wanna record myself actually doing it. So yeah. Thanks so much for watching this video. You're gonna like it. And I hope it actually comes through really well, like really well. Let me just go outside and actually just check the weather and see how the weather looks like. But nonetheless, I'm still gonna do it. I have to actually do it today. Looking at the time, I mean looking at the rest of my week, like today is a time lapse. It must be actually done today. So let me just go outside and check, and then I'll tell you guys everything as we go. So yeah, guys, this is the place where I'm gonna be doing it. I'm sure you can see, just around there. Just gonna put everything, set up all the stuff, around that area, right there. I'm looking at the weather. It's a cloudy day. Well, it just looks a bit cloudy and stuff, but um, I'm sure like everything's gonna clear up. Temperature, temperature rise. I think the temperature is just good enough. It's not too hot, not too cold, but a bit cloudy. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Um, and yeah, I think um, it's just gonna come down to my counting. How am I gonna be counting? But the aim is to do it straight out, no break in between. If I do take a break, it'll just be me still. I mean, still keeping my posture. Um, Hopefully, I do it within around. I'm assuming around 45 to 50 minutes, between 45 and 50 minutes. Um, yeah, but if I really am fast, I can do it even just below 45. But I'm gonna circulate around 45 minutes. So that's my time to hit it, and yeah, um, I hope it actually goes well, and no breaks in between. Like literally no breaks. I won't be standing up to take water, drink water, anything, nothing like that. So yeah, let's get it started. All right, so guys, here's this video. Um, just wanted to do a voice over of it, just explain to you along the way, how it went, what was I going through, what was inside my mind, and how it all came about, and yeah, this was really a very what can I say? Yes, I did say that I once did this thing before. I once did record this before, um, but not in this manner. And I have done 1,000 push-ups before, just probably not in this manner where I actually have to record myself doing it, etc. and so forth. But I can say that it went kind of like well, you know, it went kind of well. I know I could have actually done, this thing much quicker and much better. Um, but I must say, I really was happy with the way I did it, and I'll just explain to you along the way how it went, how it goes, and just the ins and outs of it. But yeah, I'm sure you're gonna like this one. It actually we should like just grab some popcorns and stuff, because we're on a journey here. This is gonna be a journey. You're watching a full journey, right? A literal full journey of how I'm gonna do this thing. So, let me give an introduction. Who am I? What has the story been, about me and doing push-ups? Where did I start? How did this all begin? And where does it come from? Well, it's a very long story. It dates back to my years in varsity, 2013, 2014, 2015. Also a bit of 2016 as well. But I can say it was more of like a challenge that I was with a few guys, a few gents in a computer lab,
and we were talking about who can do the most push-ups. And well, we decided to check on Google to see who can, how many push-ups can a person do. And by then, I was able to do like probably like 100, uh, maybe like 200, 300 or so. But then when I saw the actual records of how many people, how much people do push-ups, it was like, um, the numbers are really high, passing 1,000, 4,000, etc. So, it brought me a challenge. And from that day onwards, I just wanted to compete with the highest of levels to see how far can I go, with doing push-ups. And, you know, I challenged myself day in, day out. I would do little amounts like 100, 200, and by those days, I'll do them like every day, right? Although now things are much different, I wouldn't do push ups every day, like every single day as per se. I would do it like maybe like once a week, but do like one massive amount on a weekly basis. And what you're seeing is actually, what I would be doing, on a weekly basis. I think it's just much smaller as per se, compared to what I actually do in the bigger picture. So, I was with a few friends in a computer lab, and that's how it all started. You know how us as guys talk like, hey, I can do more push-ups than you. That competition that we have and so forth. And then it really brought a challenge to me, and I really took it like really, really, really to heart and personally. Like, I have to actually do this thing, and not just do it, but do it really, really, really well. So learning to do push-ups, it's a journey. It's a process, right? It's a process. I'm sure you can see um, the way I do it. If you check my arms, right, they go all the way down. Like, um, I hit 90 degrees, like literally 90 degrees all the way down, to the bottom. Reach to the bottom to a point where even my belly um, and my chest touches the ground. You know, at least my face doesn't. But uh, that's how I'll do it. That's like accurate, proper push-ups. Right? People can do push-ups. You can find someone who can do push-ups, and you can find someone who can say that they can do 1,000 push-ups, 500 push-ups, and so forth. But maybe they would do like 100 correctly, and then maybe the other 400 they wouldn't go all the way to the bottom of the ground like this. And if you can also see, there's something which others would do, if I can say, those who are in entry level of master push-ups, their backside would be like up. They wouldn't like be straight, flat, you know. So like they would bend their legs a bit up, as per se. They wouldn't like really go perpendicularly all the way down, as per se, right? It wouldn't go like all the way down, and it's still a good thing. So you may have a question like, well, Elijah, I see that you're doing push-ups like this. How did it all start? Well, the thing is this, that how I actually do it correctly is it does come down to consistency, right? Um, when I started, I was very consistent. Like I would do this like 7 days a week and twice a day, 7 days a week, twice a day, and it wasn't easy, it wasn't simple. But one thing I can say is that it draws so much um, pressure on you. You begin to think differently. It even affects your mindset. And I know people have written books about this thing. It's true. It's true. Your mindset does get affected. You begin to see things differently. Um, Gymming does affect your mind, but there's something about what you do when you do push-ups. It just changes the way you see things, right? You have this ability to have massive endurance. Like you enjoy the whole way. Um, you're not like, it's like lasting for 5 minutes on an intense exercise is something that you can surpass easily. You can do intense exercising for about an hour, even 2 hours. You know, sometimes people have this ideology that, you know, endurance is for people who are, you know, thin, skinny, etc., as they say. But, and that, you know, the built guys, they don't really do endurance and stuff. So they like, what people do, they divide. They say cardio is one thing, and then built, you know, power exercise and bodybuilding is something else. But, you know, you actually will be surprised that, you know, you don't have to be, you know, one to not be the other. You can be excellent in bodybuilding and also excellent in endurance as well. CrossFit is a good example of that. They do everything all together. You know, your body is really strong. If you were to really understand the scale of how strong your body is, you'll actually see this, that there are things that your body can do which, you know, um, no one has to even teach you to do this. Did I have a did I have a training coach to learn this? Definitely not. I didn't have a training coach to learn this. Um, did I have a special app? No, I didn't have a special app. No. Did I have a training um, timetable that I took from someone? No, I didn't have that. Was there anybody else I was drawing inspiration from to challenge to do this on push-ups? Well, maybe I would watch a few videos here and there, but I can't say it was the core, you know, driver of me being able to do push-ups in this manner, as you can see. And I can say that God has really helped me and has led me a long journey along the way. I'm sure you can see this right now, and you seeing this is like a testimony, because God has really helped me to really master this exercising in so many ways, and it helps with so many other things. Push-ups is not the only thing I do. I'm also a professional um, um, athlete, and it helps me a lot. Why? Because you have this core strength that you're developing, and you're watching this video. I'm 28 years old while I'm recording this, and I did this thing at the age of 28. But I feel very young. I feel like a teenager, you know, because there's this core strength ability that you have, that you're able to do things really fast and for a very long space of time. Your body is very smart. You can fluctuate between strength and endurance. So, for example, I run a 10K, you know, 10K marathon, and I'm really able to run it like really fast. And in between my, you know, running and so forth, I would actually have moments where I switch off my strength, which is, for example, my acceleration, and this turn on my endurance. In other words, I can keep that endurance right until I can keep that speed um, because of my endurance, you know, altogether. And with that speed, you know, that speed will remain all the way, you know, right until the very end, as per se. So it helps because you build core strength. Now, if you want to be doing weightlifting, you want to be a bodybuilder, or you want to just, you know, do CrossFit, or even a soccer player, you want to play soccer, or even any other form of professional sport, as per se. How does push-up helps you? It recovers your body very quickly. what happens is that all your muscles become very, very flexible, very flexible, like really, really, really flexible. And anything that you want to recover from, be it a muscle pain as per se, you end up recovering from it very quickly because your muscles are always young, if I can put it that way. I may not know the actual, sports science definition or technical term of this, but your muscles become extremely flexible, and that flexibility is so helpful all the way, right? All the way, all together. And any pain as per se, you recover from it. So, there were times where I had like a shoulder injury, right? I began push-ups, and when I began push-ups, there was a point where my left shoulder, right, my left shoulder, um, felt like it was dislocated, right? Kind of felt like I dislocated my left shoulder, and every time I would lift something, I would feel that biting pain as per se, that like pain that kind of like bites you. Um, so yeah, that's the pain that I felt. But then, I would have a time when I would not exercise so much, try to make it heal as per se. Didn't take medication. I didn't know so much about the whole stuff of we have to do a certain way of medicating and so forth. So I just wanted to just with what I had, recover myself. So I decided not to exercise and so forth for a couple of weeks, and then I actually was recovering bit by bit, and then I brought in the thing of doing push-ups, step by step. It came straight in, and what happened is that I was able um, to find flexibility in my muscles, and the recovery process was very quick. And now, as you can see, both shoulders, both of my shoulders are really, really in good condition, and rigid, as per se, rigid and flexible, rigid and flexible, and also very stable as well. So yeah, this is just one of the things I wanted to share with you, while we're actually recording, um, and doing this audio as per se. But yeah, looking at me, what was I thinking about at this point? This is the point where I'm not so. I'm still a bit far from halfway. Still a bit far from halfway. But I was actually. It didn't go the way I planned it. If I can be honest with you, it didn't go the way I planned it. My aim was to not do. If you can see on the video, I'm doing it in intervals of 5. In the beginning, I started with 10, right? But now you can see me doing intervals of 5. There and there, you can see me do it in intervals of 2, and then 3, and then maybe like 5 again. You see me do like 2, and then maybe you see me do like 8 after that. Because my aim was to do it in tens. So 1,000, I don't see it as 1,000 like wow, 1,000. What I do is that I divide it. So my counting, the way I'm counting it, is really important. The way in which I count has a big impact. So, as I said earlier, the counting really does have a big impact. If I count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, to 1,000, it will feel overwhelming, right? It will feel overwhelming. But if you count down, like from 1,000, 999, 998, 997, 996, what happens is that it builds this anticipation inside of you that you feel like you're getting closer and closer to the finish line. So, for example, we can put it in small scale. We're counting from 10 to 0. We're going to do 10 push ups, right? We go from 1 to 10. If you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it can feel overwhelming. But what if you, but if you actually decide, hey yo, I'm gonna count from 100 all the way, I'm gonna count from 10 all the way down to 1. It's much different because in your body you're counting 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And just like that, you're done. But you get faster when you reach to the 8. So yeah, that was my counting on this. The way I counted it, but it was much more difficult, like much more sophisticated, right? Than just counting from 10 and so forth. So what I did is that I actually counted all the way. I counted in tens, right? All the way from 10 tens. So for example, what I did is that I said I'm gonna do 100, and then that's 10. And then another 100, and then that's 9. And then another 100, and then that's 8. And then another 100, and then that's 7. Then another 100, then that's 6. Another 100, 5. Another 100, 4. Another 100, 3. Another 100, 2. Another 100, 1. So that's how I actually counted it all the way through. And that's how it brought me to this. Would I advise you to do push-ups like this? For starters, I wouldn't say so. Even though early on the voice note, I in the video I said that with no breaks in between and so forth. This happens because I've tried this for many times, right? Many times over and over again. So my body's used to it. But for starters, as I would see other people have shared their videos, do push-ups, take a break, do push-ups again, take a break, do push-ups again. But the fact that you're actually doing push-ups, you're gonna build consistency, right? And consistency is a very powerful thing altogether. You can see on the video, my speed has not reduced, actually. In fact, you're gonna see later, there's a point where I'll be getting faster and faster. You're gonna see that. And we'll be gaining momentum, as per se. So, how does this happen? It's a process, right? It's a process. It's not going to be a one-day off thing, or even a 1 year off thing, right? But if you're constantly doing this day by day, it's actually, you're going to see the results, right? Continuously and consistently, as per se. So, what I would do is that how I'm able to actually keep my momentum and keep my speed in this way as you're watching right now, and not actually slow down. As I said earlier, that you're able to actually um, increase your strength and switch off, you know, and switch off your actual um, 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 like switch off your strength and increase your 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 endurance, as you can see now. What I would do is that I would listen to music while actually doing push-ups, and I would listen to a track, probably one track, just one one track. And what I would do is that I would time myself according to that track, but I'll place the track on repeat. So maybe it's a 3 minute track, right? And let's give an example of 100. You know, yeah, that's maybe, just past halfway, and I'm really enjoying it. So um, coming to this point of, um, the music, what I would do is that I would like um, play one track over and over again. That one track over and over again, and in as if it's like it's an interval as per se. So this is my catch. So let's say I have a 3 minute track, and I want to do 100 push-ups, right? And let's say for the first track, in 3 minutes, I do 10 push-ups, right? Now, remember the song is on repeat. The next track, I mean, the next time it repeats, my aim is to continue doing push-ups at 10, right? Now, when you keep focusing on doing push-ups like that at 10 per track, what happens is that the next track, your body is going to end up reaching 11. Okay, that's faster. But probably the next track you get tired, then you end up doing only 9. That's good, it's not bad. The next track, you end up doing only, 8. But then you feel like you're behind. So you now have this urge to keep moving forward even faster. The next track you do 12. And then the next track you do 13. Then the next track you just stay at 10. And then voila, what happens is that at the end of the day you reach 100, and you are much quicker in your consistency. So it's not like you just do push-ups now and then you just go out there, sit, come back, and then do push-ups again. Go out there, sit, come back, do push-ups again. It's like a very much of an interval, where you build consistency in a very, very good way, as per se. So yeah, hey, enough of me talking. Let me actually just see how it all goes, and actually just actually just watch it with you, altogether. But I'll just give insight there and there, a little bit insight there and there, a little bit of my output there and there, how it felt and so forth. One last thing, that I can also share with you and talk to you about. Actually, two things, that I can talk to you about is, what I would have is that I would actually wear this wristband. As you can see on the video, they're like these wristbands, the blue ones that you can see on my arms. How are they helpful and why do I actually have them? It's actually a very good thing to have them, but this is now when you are passing doing like massive amounts of push-ups, possibly when you're hitting 200, 300 plus day. What happens is that the sweat comes right over your arms, and as you can see me, when you see me bending like that, the sweat that's right over your shoulders and your chest comes right through down your arms. And the one issue is that it can go all the way to the palm of your hands, as per se. to the palm of your hands, and then the surface becomes very slippery. Then you end up having to get up, to actually, wipe your hands and so forth. So it helps a lot. But I've learned this thing over the years, that actually it's good to have this, and so it actually, stops that from happening. All the sweat ends up right there by those blue wristbands, as you can see, and your hands are still dry, dry. So, as you can also see, I'm wearing socks, not shoes, but socks. And the socks that I'm wearing are really good. It's good to wear like tight socks, right? When you're doing push ups like this, so that you can actually have grip. The surface, as I showed on the video earlier, must be like a rough kind of surface. Having a smooth surface, it is good if you're doing small amounts of push-ups. But when you are actually like gonna be doing again 200, 300 plus, it would be a good thing for you to actually have, a rough surface. Why am I saying this? Because when you're doing push-ups on a soft surface, it's like doing it the hardest way possible. It's good, it does give you exercise, but when you're doing large amounts, it wouldn't be preferable to do it all the time. Why? Because your back, your lower back, just below your backside, just below your backside, your lower back, you may feel a lot of tension there. You may feel very uneasy, or you may feel quite some pains after doing it. I'm saying this because actually, it actually happened to me. Right, I wasn't wearing good socks, and I was doing amounts way above 1,000. And then what happened was that after I did do the amount that I wanted to do, but it took me about a day or two to recover from that lower back pain, as per se. So yeah, always make sure you have good socks. Like always make sure you have good socks. And yeah, the surface, a nice concrete surface like you see there, would be good. Even if it's like outside of the parking area. Sometimes I don't usually do it outside like this. I'll do it like inside the garage, and yeah, that's how I would, that's how I do it. But the surface is still as rough as per se. Lovely video, eh? Lovely. I like the weather. The weather was good. It was a bit windy, as you can see in the background. But yeah, the weather was good. It was getting a bit too cold, like a little bit, but the weather was spot on good. And yeah, I'm glad you actually you know, learning from this, as per se. Learning from this, as per se. This is the point where I'm beginning to gain momentum. I'm really gaining, but I'm still at my 5. That's what I didn't like. Still at my 5. I wasn't so happy with that 5 because I wanted to try and reach 10 and keep it consistent at 10. I think it was a little bit of being nervous and a little bit of me trying to make sure that my push-ups come out really correct on camera. But yeah, the aim was not to do it in intervals of 5. It was to do it in intervals of 10. That would make me finish the push-ups much earlier than expected. But no, I can be honest with you. God has helped me all along this way. It's a journey. It's not a one day journey, but it's a journey. And this really, after doing push-ups, your mind kind of like feels refreshed, and you feel excited and happy to do more things. It is a warm-up. it is a warm up because let's say you're going for a jog, a real serious jog tomorrow. Doing push-ups the day before will be the best thing you can ever do because even though you may be feeling pain on your shoulders and by your chest, um, what you may not realize is that the moment you start running, your body is so refreshed. I would recommend you do this before a big event, be it a day before a big event. You can do it. May not be 1,000 like this, right? But anyway, um, it's still gonna be big, right? It's still gonna be, even if it's 100. You doing this can really, 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 really be of benefit to you in a positive way, in a good way, um, in a great way. And when you actually go on the jog the next day, you're gonna be spot on, powerful. Um, sometimes when people jog, just like me, when people jog is they warm up, they do all these warm ups and so forth. But there was a time where I really didn't even warm up at all. I just woke up, went straight to jog with high intensity, and I really, really was fast. My pace times was 3:28 per kilometer for 5 kilometers. I took a 5 kilometer run in about 17 minutes 20 seconds, if I'm correct. 17 minutes, 17 point something, and it was really fast. Mind you, there was no warming up before this thing. Yes, I know it's important, and I would recommend you always warm up before you do great things. But to be really honest with you, when you actually are warming up like this, you get so warmed up that you're even ready for the next day. The next day in itself. So yeah, I would recommend it. I don't mind, having you um, giving you special lectures on how to do this, personal lecture on how to do this, training on training how to do this and so forth. And yeah, um, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it all the way through. You're gonna like it all the way through. One question you may ask on this video is, why do you see me, squeezing my hand, stopping here and there? Like, you see me like stop and squeeze my hand there and there. It's what I would do is that I'll pause a bit, because I want airflow coming back into my hands. As you can see, my hands are here, been flat for quite a while. I've passed the 30-meter mark of keeping this position. I've passed it by far, and I need to have the blood flow on my hands consistent. So I would just stop there and there and just stretch from my hand. I wouldn't stand up, and change my position. I'll just keep it and keep my posture, but just ensure that my hands, squeeze my hands there and there just to restore the blood flow onto my hands. That's how I would actually do it accordingly. But yes, what is my actual vision for this thing, and what do I actually want to see myself? I want to do this push-ups for charity. This is my goal. I want to raise funds for other NPOs as well. So if you're an NPO looking at this video and you wanna meet me halfway on this goal, feel free to drop me an email as well. And even if you're a brand and a sponsor, you wanna see how you can promote whatever message that you have, so long as it's about sportsmanship and health and wellness. Feel free to also drop me an email. Let's see how we can meet each other halfway on this. I have done this before at varsity, at Wits. I raised funds. There was a point where were actually like raising funds. I did push-ups. We were raising food, like doing um, cans, like donating cans and so forth, for students who were actually who they have accommodation but they don't have food, as per se, and others may be struggling with accommodation. So what I did is that I joined with I forgot the actual name, the exact name of it. Pardon me if I don't say it correctly, but I believe it was the Vits food charity, where they actually help by giving food to students who don't have. So I joined with them. Very very good guys to work with. I really enjoyed the whole process working with them all together, and we raised a lot of cans. And what happened is that on that day, I was going to do 1,000 push-ups, and as per se, 1,000 push-ups, and there were cans that they had to donate for me to be able to do those push-ups, and people, other students donated so many cans they donated to the whole calling, to the whole project, and we did a lot. Like we did so much, we did so many things, and we actually, um, gave a lot of cans to students around us. So that calling was really good, right? And we did so much, and we helped a lot of people and students as well. And that's the type of attention that I desire, and I want this thing to draw altogether. That's the goal and vision of this thing, as per se. Moving forward and never looking back. That is the slogan of my company, NLB. Um, NLB Sports, NLB Fitness. Moving forward and never looking back. Always challenging the limits, always testing your limits, always, breaking the boundaries and desiring to do the best that you can do altogether. Let me just let you guys hear this, watch this, and yeah, I'm sure I've answered all the questions that you may probably be asking. But nonetheless, if you have any more questions, slot them down in the comments below, and like, subscribe, and share, and yeah, tell other people about this. And also, my vision, anyone who you know who's willing to join this thing and be a part of this vision. And if you want to be a part of this, NLB, never look back, by all means. I need trainers, I need also people who I can train. If you are desiring to become a professional athlete, you're desiring to just have a very good, gym life, a very good gym life, I can show you how you can do it from the comfort of your home. As you can see, I'm not doing this at a gym area, but from the comfort of your home, we can meet halfway and see how we can get health done. Like I said, no one taught me this thing, right? No one taught me this. God has been my coach. Yes, the Holy Spirit has been my coach all the way through and in everything. He guided me, showed me how I should do it, how I can do it. It's a really big story, right? One video may not be enough to fully explain this thing, but I can assure you there's somewhere where I come from for me to reach to this extent. In the past, I would record myself and I'd see that what I would do is that I wasn't, like my waist was touching the ground early. So my waist was lower than the rest of my body. So it's like I'm doing prayers a lot, but not really. That's how it was earlier. But now you can see that all of them, I mean like literally all of them, are spot on. Maybe one or two push-ups during the day, but all of them are spot on. I'm just doing this recording and I can assure you, you're gonna see many more. You are gonna be amazed at all that I'm capable of doing. Watch and be amazed. Like honestly, watch and be amazed. And yeah, thanks for sharing this. Thanks for sharing this moment with me. And yeah, more questions, feel free to comment in. Thank you so much.
Hey yo guys, I actually don't know what happened. Like, I think the phone just stopped recording there or something like that. I saw myself, I was like finishing, then all of a sudden, um, yeah, it stopped recording. But we're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again on another video, you know. But still, it's 1,000 that was done, but you're gonna see it like all of it, all together. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it, and see you again soon.